Hey there, Aries Sun, Aries Moon, Aries Rising. It's Maggie with Moon Directed. Thank you and welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. So I was sitting here and I was trying to get into your energy because it was a little more challenging in one aspect. I am recording these a whole week ahead of time because of my oral surgery, and so I was like, I don't know, I've never reached out that far. So I really had to sit, and then I saw a bonfire. It was huge, and then it was like it was almost like watching a movie, because the bonfire is like the camera started pulling back, and I realized it wasn't a bonfire, it was a campfire, and there was no one sitting around it, and it was in a big clearing. And as the camera pulled back further, it was a small clearing surrounded by woods with really tall, straight trees. There were so many of them, and I thought, oh. And all I could feel was like you're in the woods. Like the woods look like wands to me. And it was almost like that whole 10 of wands feeling, like I've got so much to do, and I just want to go home and sit down and put my feet up around the campfire. That's what it felt like. So, that seemed overwhelming. It seemed overwhelming. But, I mean, you're camping. Maybe. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this and see what Spirit wants to talk about. So I want to thank you for your likes, your shares, your comments. You're helping me grow my channel, and I really appreciate it. And I hope you will take the time to check out my business, The Tribe Empowers. I will put the link below. Yes, it is about home and family. We have the 4 of Wands. All right, then. So we're all on the same page here. Let's see what else Spirit wants to talk about with regards to this. So, when you walk into the week on Sunday, the moon is going to be in Sagittarius. It got there really early in the morning. It got there at like 12 noon. It's not that early in the morning. And it's about finding the pleasure and finding the joy, and maybe that's about finding the time to get out of the woods, away from all the stuff that you have to do, and get yourself, to sit down for a little minute and have some time around home and heart. I think it's about finding that work-life balance and that stability. The 4 of Wands is like stability at home and stability in relationships, and it has this really nice celebratory, we're all in it together kind of energy. And so I feel like it's finding that balance, because on Monday it's about that balance. So I think if you can find some time to relax on Sunday so that you feel a little more balanced, a little more like things are working for you by the time you get to Monday. I was thinking today how much I really like the fact that after we have a full moon, and that full moon was on Friday, and that was the second full moon, right, that we had in Libra. And I was thinking about how really, really nice it is that the few days following a full moon, after we've been working so hard to complete our projects and get them done and get all our things going, and we release and we let things go, that there's like that moment where you can pause and you can catch your breath and you can sort of relax, because it has pleasure and then balance and beauty, and then there's resilience and the wisdom that comes in through the week. And so it's kind of like a moment where you can just catch your breath. And so I really hope that on Sunday you find that opportunity, because on Saturday you were doing all that self-reflection. On Sunday I hope that you were like, okay, so I was thinking about it, and now I know where things are in my life and in my world, and what my part in it was, and this is what I can do to have some fun, to bring some balance into my life. And for you, this is in your 9th house of higher learning, of travel, long-distance travel, of spiritual connection. And so perhaps, maybe what you need to do, maybe nobody was around the fire because you guys were on a trip. I don't know. It was just really interesting. Well, you have like a little book. This one for sure came out, and this is Taking Shelter. The answers are within. And so that is part of that whole 9th house activity of connecting with your inner spirit, of maybe sitting there quietly in the woods and reflecting on the fire, which would really be, for a fire sign, very mesmerizing. And I mean, it is for most people, but for instance, I'm a mostly water sign, and so I really enjoy like literally listening to the sound of water running when I'm trying to be creative and get things done. And so maybe, oh gosh, if you're sitting there and you're trying to, maybe you can't build a campfire, maybe that's not possible. But if you go on YouTube, which you currently are, right? But if you look around on YouTube, you could probably find video of like a fireplace with the sound of the roaring, the crackling of the fire. Or if you want, I know there's one that I've seen that is beautiful. It's this huge bonfire on the edge of a lake, and there's like this native flutes and drums that go with it, and it's beautiful and very inspiring. And so maybe using a little bit of that during your meditation to be able to think better, to be able to connect with spirit. And the other cards that came out kind of reflect that too. We have Finding Sanctuary, opening to your spiritual guidance. It's definitely about this 9th house activity. Navigating by the stars, follow your bliss. This is the part of that reflecting. You reflected on Saturday, you're moving into Sunday, you're finding the pleasure, that's the bliss. So what will make you happy going forward? What will help you create the stability of the 4 of Wands in your life? What's going to help you bring in that kind of life and balance and joy and happiness and stability? And the time is now, answering the call. So you just wrapped up your birth month, and so now we're in Taurus. On Saturday, the sun moved into Taurus, and so when on Sunday, you're in Taurus now, and Taurus would be your 2nd house of self-value, self-esteem, self-worth, and also financial matters. But with all this higher stuff going on, I feel like this is you seeking the inner balance and the sense of self-worth and self-esteem, and getting in contact with your higher self and really understanding what it is that you're trying to accomplish in life that will help you have that sense of stability, that financial abundance. And on Tuesday, the moon is going to move in the evening. So it's all day Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And Tuesday the moon is in the position of beauty. And that's finding the beauty in situations, finding the beauty in yourself, especially since now you're in that 2nd house. It's finding the inner beauty, finding the beauty in things that don't seem like they're so great. And it's looking at things with a different perspective. Because when I first got this deck, all I ever saw was, the flower and the butterfly. And I really didn't. And then one day I looked at it and I saw that it's actually a face. And I don't know if you've seen that yet, but now you can't unsee it. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. And so then I realized that it's not just the beauty in nature, but it's the nature of the beauty within you that is also really important. And so, I just got chills on that. Okay, so really try to integrate that into your month, moving forward through Taurus. So, this higher knowledge, this higher spirit advice, this bliss, this is all about falling in love with yourself and seeing the beauty in you. And so Tuesday evening, though, when it moves into Capricorn, now we're in your 10th house of career. And so it's really interesting. Energetically speaking, the week actually starts like on Wednesday, and that's a whole other story. But anyways, it's just something to keep in mind. You know how on Monday you feel like you're just like, wow, it's so hard. I'm at the end of you're exhausted. But it's actually because energetically speaking, the week doesn't start until Wednesday. And so it's wrapping up of projects on Monday, even though everybody's like, oh, it's a start and let's get going. And it's like, no, I'm still a little tired. And then you notice that Tuesday you feel a little bit better, and Wednesday, when you get to hump day, you're re-energized. And it's actually, the reason is because of the energy flow around the week. But so utilize it. So Wednesday this week, the moon is in the position of resilience. And so good. You're going to feel more energized. The moon is in the position of that. And I think I said in the last set of videos that Pluto was going retrograde on Wednesday of last week, but it's actually this week. I messed that up because, I was prepping for 2 weeks and it was confusing. So there's resilience in this rebirth process. It's the cutting back and the cutting out of that which doesn't work. It's understanding that something that seemed dead and with a little tender, loving care, you can reinvigorate the situation. So if, for instance, your home life is feeling a little dull, then do a little work on it, nurture it, cut back things that aren't working in your life to create that work-life balance so there's more time and energy to grow things, and integrate the wisdom that you received out of this full moon that was in Libra, which is all about relationship balance. It was in your 7th house of relationship balance. So this is really, I feel like this is the work of the week, is like seeing where it is you want to go so that you can create this sense of emotional stability and happiness and joy in the home life. All right, I'm going to get you some guidance on that. I can tell my videos, ooh, it's 11:11. I can tell my videos are going to go long. Kind of looks like with these 4 wands, like 11:11 too, doesn't it? All right, so you have Frogmouth, the Secret Keeper. Interesting. It's a number 17, which is the same as the Star card. It also adds up to 8, which is about infinite wisdom, infinite resilience. I've never seen this card before, so I'm going to look it up just to get the gist of the message. These are Australian animals for the most part, and I don't recognize all of them. This dude's kind of cute. I'm actually going to stick him up here so you can kind of get a good look at him while I'm seeing what he's about. If the Frogmouth has appeared in your cards, you're being encouraged to seek out the secrets being held in trust by your elders. Okay, so this is more. So this higher knowledge, this higher learning is kind of the theme of the week. So maybe there's something that you need to go talk to people you actually know because you're trying to create something. So maybe you look around and you're like, well, my parents have such a great marriage, but mine is a little difficult. What do they do? What are their secrets? Or sometimes it's better to go outside of the family and talk to people that you've observed as having a good, and say, so what is your secret to happiness? And people are always willing to give you 1 or 2 really good pieces of advice, and they're so pleased that you would ask. So they'll do that with their marriages, but if this is about how do you find the work-life balance, or how did you do this with your career, or anything like that, where you're seeking the higher knowledge, because now we're into the 10th and 11th house, so we're into that career, we're into your public persona. So asking these questions of people, seeking a mentor, finding someone that will help you figure out what to cut out, how to progress things, how can I integrate the wisdom of what I've been learning from this whole long process that we've had going on, actually since, we had that eclipse season back in December and January. So on Friday morning, bright and early, 5:27 a.m. the moon moves into Aries. Into Aquarius. And this is your 11th house of a public persona, of groups and group activities, and it's in the position of gratitude. And so look around. Who are you grateful for? What are you grateful for? What connections are you grateful for? Who are the people in your life that you feel a lot of gratitude for? And being Aquarius, in the sign of Aquarius, I think that, expressing that gratitude to them. They can really appreciate how, when I need something, you're so willing to step up and help me out, or I can call you anytime I want. It's about the throat chakra, and it's also about your third eye. So think about what, what and who in your life is really important to you and how they're helping you out, and understand that you are being protected by spirit. And these people are not in your life randomly. You guys agreed to be here to help each other. So appreciating them, understanding that there is a protection involved in this is really great. On Sunday, all day, the moon is in this position of resistance, and it doesn't change signs until 6 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time in the U.S. And it's 6:11. It goes into Pisces. So this Aquarian energy of recognizing there's emotions, but not getting down into them, being creative in our thought process and working our way through things. And so remembering to say that you're grateful, feeling the emotion of gratitude, maybe not drowning in it, but I don't know how else to put that. Just really understanding you're being protected by the people that you came into this world with, that you agreed and have soul contracts with. You're being protected by spirit. And when elders, that makes me think too, it could be like your ancestors that have passed on, your spirit guides, your own inner knowing and wisdom gained from previous lifetimes. And so here's a really good opportunity. Oh my gosh, again with the sanctuary card. Didn't we have a sanctuary card? I guess not. So you have sanctuary. Take time out from the world, spend more time alone, meditate, or go on a retreat. Oh, campfire in the big woods with nobody around. Take some time to meditate this week. Really, it seems so important here. Oh, here we go, finding sanctuary. There is one. Okay, and so this one says opening to your spiritual source. And I feel like they're like banging you over the head this week with, we want to talk to you. Will you listen? And I went ahead and I wanted to grab just Sunday night. When it moves into Pisces, that's your 12th house of hopes, goals, and dreams, and you're going to go to sleep and have a real opportunity to access your dreams. And so I really think this weekend, if you could find some time to do that, to spend some time in meditation, would be very beneficial. But when you go to sleep, the energy, I wanted to kind of give you something, and you have the Yes card. So it says your intuition is correct and take action accordingly. So if you spend the week asking for help from people that you know, gathering information, asking and meditating and speaking with spirit and your higher self, you're going to know what it is you need to do. The answer might come to you in your dream, or it just may come to you as you work your way through the week, listening to your inner knowing. It says make a decision. If you're feeling stuck or indecisive, listen to your intuition and make a decision. And this card says, yes, your intuition is correct. So I think by taking some time out this week and really doing the research, by talking to people that you know who would be able to help you, who have what you want. The people that already have what you want, those are the ones to go talk to. How did you get here? What steps did you take? And then spend some time alone in that forest, even if it's just a metaphorical forest, of you just taking some time by yourself to sit down and really think it through this week, and spend some time in quiet time, and whatever it is that allows you to create that quiet time. Spend some time alone and really think about what it is that you want, so that you can create this kind of stability that you're seeking, right? Wow, this is an amazing reading. You have turquoise. Awaken your empathy. Listen to your gut when you listen to your intuition. Really pay attention how you feel. So when I need to make a decision about something and I feel like I'm torn and I'm not sure which way to go, and I'm a little confused, I sit there quietly and I think, okay, I do A, and how do I feel? And either I feel light or I feel clenched up. If I do B, how do I feel? And it's either light or it's clenched up. And, sometimes you have C, D, E, whatever your options are. So work your way through it. So try using the logic to kind of narrow down the options, right? Do the actual physical research that you need to do. And then turn to spirit and really spend that time and feel your way through it, because your intuition is correct, right? And so by the time you get to the end of the week, whatever this big decision is that you're working on to figure out your path forward, the information will be available to you if you've done the work. You have to do the work. Wow. All right, Aries, this is exciting. Okay, so longest video ever. I hope you have a very productive week. It looks like the opportunity is there, and I'm excited for you. So you go get them. All right, I will see you back here. I'm going to try to record the full moon reading before I have to go get my surgery. But if I don't forget to do your full moon. Well, that would be too late now. That would already pass. So it doesn't matter. I guess I will see you back here for the monthlies. All right, you take care. Bye.